They used to have a standee of him up in like grip trucks.
Oh my gosh.
You you would see it. It was hilarious. But yeah, working in Toronto is one of the funnest places to work. Like it's just cool. Like you get to know everybody. It's a lot of good times.
Hi, I'm Brittany Murphy from Muses of Media. How are you both today?
Hi,
Well, how you
Brittany.
doing, Brittany?
I'm doing great. So, my first question for you is obviously season two raises the emotional stakes for both of your characters. So, how did that shape or change your approach in preparing to portray these roles again for season two?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, it's a great question. I'm trying to think back to when we got the first episode and when I discovered what the arc would be. Um, I think it was in the yeah, I think it was maybe a couple days after we got to Toronto, and they explained to me the like kind of a brisk like breath of the arc. They didn't give me everything, so because they don't want to spoil it. So, but they gave me this like quick like, okay, here's what's gonna start with. We don't know how it's gonna end yet because we're still working on that, but here's what's gonna start. And I don't like to think that you're ever really prepared for what your character is gonna do because you're not unless you're the writer. But I looked at it like, wow, okay, so this is challenging. I have to start to dig deep because this is a subject matter that I'm not familiar with, but I have to breathe life into it as though I've done it, lived it. So I had to really reach into my life and think about what the parallel was. But it was just a different way I usually look at things because I'm usually usually in fantasy things, so it's just different. This is like more real life, actual, uh, people problems.
Yeah, I mean, for Elle, I think what going into two, when I realized where we were starting from, I actually built in what led Elle there. So I just started to create memories, situations between Elle and the other characters, and creating those environments and those memories for her helped us because like the first day of shooting, I think we shot this really intense emotional scene, and it was like, oh my gosh, we haven't been we took a long break and I had to come in running, and so it was really helpful to have these things that I'd prepared because you never know what the shooting schedule is going to be like, right? And so what they're going to choose to do first of the episode, like that's not always information we're privy to. And so when I realized that that was what we were starting with, I was like, thank God we prepared something so that I could have the through line from one to two.
Yeah, and it's changing too. Like it's constantly in motion, so it's
Exactly.
adjusting. So you're having to make these adjustments on the fly.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. And because it deals with, like, there's so many dark and traumatic kind of themes throughout Cross season one, season two, how do you, dealing with all these emotions that your characters are going through, how do you kind of protect your own mental well being or emotional well
Mm.
being while doing these kinds of stories?
Thank you for that question.
Yeah, go ahead, Nina.
No, thank you for that question. I think people don't remember that we are humans too, not just our characters. And we have to go and enter back into society, into our own lives, our families. And I think it's really important, and I'm just going to speak for myself, that you take time to, I call it de-rolling. And it's basically like a psych term for just like coming back to center baseline yourself. And it looks different for everybody, but just making sure that I'm not taking that back to my family, that I'm leaving it right there in that world for Elle, then I can pick it up again, clean the next day.
I oof, I keep it light. So I'm either gonna have like an electronic Yahtzee that I play. I'll mess with that.
Love
I'll
that.
order some boba, you know.
The
Trying to
boba.
think what else. I like to get some things going on set that keep it real light and get people engaged and stuff. For the most part, it's appreciated. Sometimes people are like, all right, enough boba. We don't need any more. I know you ordered the truck, but
He
we're good.
is a huge fan.
But yeah, I keep it extremely light, so that way offset. That way, it's just I know that what I'm dealing with once I'm in that scene or whatever is what I've prepared at home on my own is what's in that scene. But outside of that preparation that I have and doing the work there, I'm trying to have a good time. You know what I mean? I'm trying to have fun so that I can balance those really deep emotional moments with some really fun family moments also.
It's amazing. And my final question is for Samantha. So I'm from
Yes, baby.
Toronto.
I
So
know.
when I saw Mark Taylor pop up, I
I
was
know,
like,
right?
so I just wanted to
Everybody
ask,
knows Taylor. Everybody knows it.
I like he was my TV crush back in the day when he was on Student
Oh,
Bodies. So I was like,
yes. Student bodies, Lord Jesus. Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
So I just wanted to quickly ask, what was it like, sharing this scenes with him?
Actually, so we first met on Murdoch Mysteries. So, like, we were on set for that, which is a period piece. I know you know, very Canadian. And so when I found out, they had approached me first. Okay, we thinking this, and I was like, Mark, I know Mark. Like, let's go ahead. So it was a lot of fun because we already established this relationship as colleagues and friends, and so it just was like, it was like, yeah. It was like sipping tea, It was easy.
You know what's funny is like I've shot two series in Toronto, so you live there and you watch TV whatever. So that's one of the names that's been familiar. Like I know who that is. Just and I'm like, oh wow, I know who that is. What's wild? And other actors that come through, like you'll hear about them, or you'll either work with them and you'll be like, oh, that's so and so from Star Trek, but whatever it is, and you'll be like, oh, that's cool. Like you get to meet these people that you've been like watching on TV in Canada. It's nice.
That's cool.
There's a guy that played a villain on Shadowhunters who was a famous a Toronto actor, Alan Van Sprang, and he was on what was it? The Crown. No, not The Crown. Sorry, it was a British show back in the day, but it shot in Toronto, about like the monarchy and everything. But he played King Henry, and like he was he was like notorious.
It's
They used
amazing.
to have his they used to have a standee of him up in like grip trucks.
Oh my gosh.
you you would see it. It was hilarious. But yeah, working in Toronto is one of the funnest places to work. Like it's just cool. Like you get to know everybody. It's a lot of good times.
That's amazing. Thank
Great
you.
crews, by the way. Great crew.
Good to meet you, Brittany.
Nice to meet you both as well. I'm excited for everyone to watch season 2. You guys were both fantastic.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.